Hi, 90% of business owners are not able to increase their sales because they don't know these 7 tips. Hi guys, I'm Kewal Kishan, India's leading business automation coach, and I help business owners to increase their sales using the power of business automation. And in this quick video, I'm going to share with you 7 tips which will help you to increase sales in your company. So are you ready for this? Let me start with the first tip. Now, when you deliver a product or a service to the client, do you forget about them or do you actually take the feedback from them? Now, believe it or not, every customer is your advocate. If you give them good services or a good product, they will go out in the market and they will talk about you on how good you are in your product or service. But if you do not take the feedback, then you don't know whether their experience with your business, with your company was good or bad, and you're leaving it up to chance. And it has been seen in SME business owner sector that business owners are not taking any feedback, and because of which the people who are not happy with their service are going out and criticizing about their product and service. And let me tell you, one customer who is not happy with your service in next 2 years can ruin your next 40 customers as well. So what to do? Let me guide you. Whenever you deliver a product or whenever you deliver a service, okay, you can use a Google form, which you can create in terms of feedback form. You can share with the client via email, and the client can open the Google form and they can fill their name, their contact details, and which product they bought and how was their experience. And you can get to know on whether the experience was 5-star out of 5-star, whether it's 4-star, 3-star or 2-star, or they are not happy at all. Or you can customize the questions based on your business. Now, Google form you can share via WhatsApp, via website, or via email in any form. But when your customer share the feedback, you can analyze whether they are happy or whether they are not happy with your service. And what you can do post that, if the client is happy with your service, you can call them, you can say thank you to them, and you can ask them to share a video testimonial, or you can ask them to give you a Google review or Facebook reviews as well. Now, what if I ask you, when you go on Amazon and buy any product, what is the number 1 criteria which you see while making a buying decision? Well, the number of criteria is how many 5-star ratings this product or this service have. And when it comes to the SME business owners as well, people search about who you are, what kind of quality services you provide, and your ratings on Facebook and Google, creates a very big role on that. So from now on, whenever you deliver a product or service, send a feedback form which you can create in Google form and ask them if they're happy, then request them for a 5-star rating. And if they're not happy, take a genuine feedback and improve your services so that the next customer should be happy. How was the first tip that I've given you? Okay, now let's talk about the second sales tip, which will help you to grow your sales using automation. Now, it has been analyzed that many business owners, whenever they get any inquiry, either from their website or from any other clients as a referral, they do not track that inquiry, right? For example, 8 years back when I started my entrepreneurship career, I used to get inquiries, I used to note it down on a notebook or an Excel file. But after a few weeks, I had no tracking how many inquiries am I getting and what is the status of that. Now, if you really want to scale your sales, then you need to start tracking your leads. And how can you do it? By having a Google form on your mobile. Whenever you get a lead, you fill the Google form and that particular inquiry goes to your Google Sheet. And a CRM which is built on Google Sheet, which we provide to our students. Over there, you can track the leads and which leads are into which stages. For example, if your lead is into proposal stage, or do you need to do meeting with them, or they are not even qualified right now. So each and every person has number of stages that they need to qualify to become your customers. Now, this is something which if you're not doing, then it's very hard for you to track your inquiries and convert them, because you're randomly going here and there and you're not analyzing how many inquiries are you getting and how many inquiries are being converted into your customers. Now tell me in the comment box, how was this tip for you? Are you tracking your inquiries? If not, start tracking your inquiries and you will see a big increase in the conversion ratio. Grant Cardone is one of the biggest sales trainer in the world. He's a $1 billion guy. And he says the biggest rule of sales is by taking the consistent follow-ups. Now, let me tell you, most of the SME business owners do not take consistent follow-ups. Whenever they call a client and client tells them that, okay, call me next Thursday at 4 p.m. Guess what? On that Thursday at 4 p.m., they forget on calling the client. Now, let me tell you, if you do not take consistent follow-ups, client will forget about you and they will go to another company and sign up a deal with them. Now, let's accept it. You cannot remember on taking the follow-ups for all the clients, neither your team nor you. So for that, you need to use technology. You need to use a CRM where you can create the follow-ups and system reminds you that on how many days you have in a week and on which day how many follow-ups you have from each and every client. Yes, you can automate your follow-up reminders as well. And because of this tool which we have given to our clients, they have literally doubled their sales in less than 4 weeks after using the CRM and follow-up tracker. Right? So it's very important for you to do the consistent follow-up so that you can help your client to become your customer and they start taking your service. Now tell me in the comment box, how was this tip for you? Now let's go to the fourth tip, which is going to be really amazing. Now the fourth tip for you to increase your sales is sales toolkit. Now imagine your client is asking you what features do they get when they start working for you. Do you have a complete document which you can just share to the client and they can have a look at it? Or your client asks you that have you worked with a couple of other people who are in the same category that they are? So you need to have the list of testimonials that you can share with them so that they are able to build a trust. Now a lot of business owners do not do this hard work because hard work takes time. But if you do not do this hard work, you will not be able to increase the sales. So you need to create a sales toolkit where you write the questions or objections which clients ask you, and you need to create the answers either in terms of a PDF or in terms of a video so that instead of you telling them manually, you're able to share those content and the client is able to understand that yes, you can deliver a good product or a good service to them. I have my sales team, and whenever my team calls any of the prospects who are interested to learn from us on how to automate their businesses, we have got a list of objections that they might have. For example, if they are a manufacturer, we have a list of all the problems that they are facing and what is the solution that we are providing. If they are a service provider, we have a list of problems that they are facing and how our tools can help them. And with each and every industry, we have got tons of testimonials, real success stories, which my team shares with them and they become our students, our clients. Now, this is what you also need to do. Create a list of questions which your client asks you whenever they discuss their requirements, and make sure you are able to create the answers in advance in the form of toolkit which you can share with them, and you're able to convert them easily to become your customer. So let me share with you the fifth tip which will open your eyes to understand on how to scale a business. Now, I was reading this book by Ali Goldratt, the book called The Goal, in which he mentions about bottlenecks. And he says the biggest reason business owners are not able to grow is they're not able to identify the bottlenecks in their business. Now, let me be upfront and tell you who is the bottleneck in your business. Guess what? You are the bottleneck in your business. If the sales of your company is entirely dependent on you, then that's where you are becoming the biggest limiting factor. And the business owners, what the mistake they make is they do not build a sales team. And they think that they can do the best job and nobody else can replace them. And because of this mindset, they invest all the time in sales and they are not able to focus on how to scale a business. Now, let's accept it. Building a team and hiring the right people, training them is a tedious job. But if you want to scale your sales, this is the only way. 8 years back, the entire sales of my company was on my shoulders. And I had to run here and there to do the sales meeting. And I was just able to add 1 or 2 clients per week or per month. But then I thought, okay, let's go for it and let's hire a salesperson. And I go for LinkedIn, I created a sales profile and I hired my first sales teammate, okay? And what I did, whenever any team meetings I used to go for, I used to bring that person along with me. And that person started learning on how I was talking to the clients and what are the objections of the clients and how I was resolving them. And after a few meetings, then I asked the person to lead the meeting and I'll be at the back end. And guess what? Within less than 1 month, my teammate started closing the deals on her own. And after that, it was never we were not looking back, and we started building a sales team. And right now, my each and every teammate who is in the sales department, they are going for it and they're achieving the targets which even I cannot even imagine. But it is a hard work. You need to go step by step if you want to grow your business. And let me tell you, the previous tip which I told you about, which was CRM and follow-up tracker. If you end up building a sales team and you do not have the CRM, then it will become the circus in your business. So before building your sales team, make sure you automate your business processes enough, including implementing the CRM, having the right follow-up tracker, and building your sales toolkit, so that when somebody comes, they are able to take that job and they can beat even you as well in talking to the clients. Now, let me share with you the sixth tip. A lot of business owners are in the spree of finding the new clients, but the clients they're already working with, they are not creating a portfolio of the same. Right? And that's a mistake which I also made many years back when I started my entrepreneurship career. I used to go for a client meeting and client used to ask, what all clients have you worked for and what was the problem they were facing and how you were able to solve it. I did not have any documentation. I had no case studies at all. And I had to explain things on my own, and that used to reduce the trust of the client on me. So it's important for you to create a portfolio of the work that you do. And the more kind of work you do, if you create a proper portfolio in terms of case studies, and even if the client can share the testimonial as well, that's where you can showcase what all kind of work have you done. And the more horizon you have, the more type of work you have, your new clients, it will be easy for them to understand whether you are the right fit for them or not. And once you have this portfolio created, you can upload it on your website so that any new prospect who has not even get in touch with you, they can see your portfolio, and then you can give the option to them to get in touch with you. So creating a portfolio in your company where you showcase what all kind of work have you done is really, really important. And if you're into business which is into products, right, then you need to share that these products which you're selling, how many clients have bought it, which all industries, business owners, or the customers are getting the benefit out of that. So portfolio is the backbone which shows that your words are not the ones which are backing you, but the work that you've done past many years is backing you. So this was my sixth tip. Tell me in the comment box, how was this for you? Now, the seventh and the most important tip is this. If you want to scale your sales, do not become the cheaper. Okay. Now, a lot of people think that if they play on price, if they give more discount, they will be able to sell more. Guess what? This is a myth. Okay. And a lot of business owners who are falling into this pit, they reduce the price as well, and they end up becoming an average in their industry. Now, let me give you an example. Which laptop do you have in your business? You might be having Acer, you might be having Dell, or you might have an Apple MacBook as well, or maybe which mobile you have right now. Now, if you see the difference between these companies, Apple never tells you on what discount that they are giving or what features they have. They always focus on the value, right? And they always focus on the kind of product they are creating and how those products, if people use, it can increase the speed and it add a lot of value in their life. But other companies on an average, on other side, are focusing on price, where they are focusing on the discount, they are focusing on features and playing that comparison and playing that war. So if you want to increase your sales, do not play on the price. Instead of that, play on the value. And how can you find out whether you're adding the value to your clients or not? The best way is to talk to somebody who's already your client. Ask them what benefits they got when they started using your product or when they started, getting your service. And try to include or try to get this information in terms of either money or the time. That did they start making more money after this, or did they start saving a lot of time after this, or did it reduce the number of errors or mistakes that they were facing, or did it reduce the manpower that they were using. So it's better, the value that you calculate on your price should be on numbers. It can be number of hours, or it can be number of a huge amount of money that they're making, or the number of people that they reduced because of your product or your service. For example, we have a training program called Master of Business Automation program, which help business owners to save 5 to 6 hours every day. It helps them to automate their business processes, because of which they're able to scale their business faster. So Always focus on the value rather than focusing on the price. Now, if you like this video, make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the bell icon, and share this video with every entrepreneur who is in your network, because they might be making these mistakes and these 7 tips can help them to change their sales forever.